The train, sometimes the train.
I took the bus 3 times in my life.
It's bad. It's not a good experience.
I don't know the route. Is this the MQ-21?
Well, the bus always in New York
Queensboro?
City, the bus goes up or it goes down or it goes left or it goes.
Right.
You know, it's not like.
Nah,
but it's
they
just
hit you
like
with the surprise.
it's not. But it's just like the experience of it. Even if they made if they poured like $1 billion into the bus, you're still on the bus.
Right.
They're not. It's not like sometimes train cars can be nice. If you go to like another country, you go to Japan, the train cars like you feel like you're on like luxury.
Yeah.
And there's like technology, but it's
Even
like
the buses are pretty nice over there.
you're right. But the reason why the bus is nice in Japan is because Japanese people are respectful and they're not like assholes
I like
about it.
making you say it.
But it's like
Sounds better
people
when you say
people
it.
in America, it's like you can't give them nice things, or it's
You're
like
right.
there's good.
Dude,
They're gonna take advantage. They're gonna stand right in front of the door. They're gonna play music on their phone.
Dude, they will chew the back seat.
Exactly. Yeah. People. It's just like you got to make these things like it's got to look like a prison cell
Chew
where
the
it's like,
back
no, this
seat.
is a table that you can't move.
Right.
Everything is bolted to the ground, or else like people in America. Not even this is all people. This isn't rich people, poor people, racial or anything. This is everybody. It's just like people are selfish.
You're gonna
If
get
you
the
leave
people-
if you leave anything to chance, they will fuck it up for you.
I agree. It's got to be like hospital, all calm colors. Somebody might just go nuts. You never know.
Well, you got to be like a hospital or like a prison in the sense that somebody's going to piss on the seat. I got to
Right.
be able to just take a hose and spray the seat.
Right. Somebody
Everything
might
is just,
snap.
yeah. There's going to be blood on this surface at some point. I need to be able to hose it down.
No, I agree. Yeah, you got to make it like that. We do. We destroy shit, man. I wish we can go back to the 70s when it was all nice. The cars, leather interior.
The cars were nice, but it was still like,
Vacuums. Remember those vacuum? You ever see an old school? Dude, those things were like tank. You turn that
it was
thing, you're
made out
getting
of
your
like,
money's worth.
it's made out of like steel.
They probably still run today. They have
Did it-
parts for them.
The vacuum, I mean, like it was nice, but like if you look at New York City in the 70s,
I'll tell
It
you
was
what,
all burnt-
They
it
can't
was-
fuck up a vacuum.
it was all burnt
Dude,
out and shitty though.
But you'd see a vacuum still looking good outside on the street. One of those old schools.
It is, but it's like the technology for that kind of vacuum isn't like, I think the
it's-
technology has improved. It's just the actual product itself is shitty.
Yeah,
Just
see, it's-
because people don't know how to treat their stuff anymore. So
They need to go back to being indestructible, though. People could not fuck up that vacuum.
there's no money in making something indestructible.
Yeah, it's true, too.
It's just like building a cheap car.
Yeah.
They don't want this shit to last because
Unless it's a bus.
they want to sell you a new one.
Dude, the buses on Japan, dude, little high class, man. I got to admit, we're still way behind. No matter what they do here, well, I want to see everywhere should have the neon signs, little TVs. Like, to this day, I don't know. From the time I got off the airport, I think there was a gas in the air they spritz you with. I don't even remember getting my bag. Next thing I knew, my bag's right in front of me. I'm like, how'd they do it?
I mean, it's just efficiency. There's somebody who. Here's the thing. It's not even like this is some sort of like genius system. This is just somebody actually gives a fuck. There's somebody who cares about their job. Where it's like, this is my job is to make sure this guy gets his bag. I'm gonna actually do my fucking job.
Yeah.
Whereas in America, that would be a committee of 12 people.
yeah, I
Where
get
everybody's
that
like, no,
shit.
that's not my job.
Yeah.
That's you. Yeah.
Anybody
my
grab
job.
that bag
Yeah, I
yet?
did it last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're here to be fair. We got to make a chart
Bro,
to see
you're right.
who's grabbing the bag today.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, it's like, oh, that guy called out sick, but it's not my turn.
Damn, look, here's the form. You got to fill it out for Las Vegas.
Yeah, everybody's on lunch.
Give my fucking bag, man. I got to go.
Yeah.
Bro, I can't believe, even it's not just America. I feel like when you go outside America, they're even the same way. Man, dude, I couldn't plug in my phone one time. He's like, unplug it. I was in Sicily, and I said, is there any outlets? He goes, no, they don't work. And I found an outlet that worked, and I'm sitting there, and he comes over and goes, unplug that one. And I'm just
Wow.
like, what's the point? I was like, what, is there a reason?
So someone else could use it or just
No,
just
it's
so?
just me in the airport.
Wow.
He's just wanting to win.
Man.
Yeah.
It's just no pride in if people have pride in their work, they're going to want to do a good job.
I'm excited to go back to Rome, but I'm telling you, the most proud people, but they won't. I was at the airport, and it says Help Information Center, and dude, I'm just like, I'm looking for this bus. She's like, what? You can't figure it out? You don't have phone? Google English? Hello, Google, man? I'm just like, okay. I'm like, I'm
Wow.
sorry.
Yeah, that's what that person does all day long.
Yeah.
That's their job, is to help people, and that's how helpful they are. But you see it. I mean, like, every once in a while in this country, you go to a restaurant and you see somebody who's clearly new at the job.
Yeah.
And they haven't been beaten down yet.
Right.
It's
Fingers aren't burned yet.
Yeah, well, it's like some 19-year-old kid who's
Right.
still like
Skin all good.
still got light in his eyes.
Right.
And he's just you're at like a Chili's or an Applebee's or something, and this guy's like, you want like a water, and this dude is fucking sprinting to the back, getting the water. You want a napkin, you want this or that. That lasts for like 2 years. By the time that kid's 22, 23 years old, he's seen everything. He's just like, I know exactly how hard I'm supposed to try.
Right.
Fuck all these people. I'm only doing this for until my Twitch career takes off.
And they're smooth with it. They know how to talk to a customer.
Yeah.
A good experienced waiter's smooth with it, in and out.
Oh, it's not even experienced. It's just, does this person still care?
I had a waiter, dude, and one of the things is some people are just lonely. They'll be like, no, hold on. You're my server now. You got to sit down here and build a relationship.
Yeah.
And dude, my boss is
service.
like looking at me.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, dude, I also got to wash the dishes and fucking take out the trash. I do everything here. It's called family business.
Yeah.
Go talk to the son. He's not doing shit.
Yeah. But no, if you go to there's something about the work ethic when you go to even
Japan. You're right.
Japan. I mean, that's
what
for
do you
sure.
think the difference is? Because Japan, you're right, dude. I'm telling you, I went to Japan. Nobody called me a bit. They're not cussing me out. They're like, okay, have a nice day. And I'm used to JFK, man. What, man?
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
dude,
it's just like I don't know. I think you really like people have. People also aren't shitty to service workers in in Japan.
That's true too.
It's not like you don't go. People who go to in Subway or something here. They're just going in there because they want to be able to bark at somebody. They want
people at JFK are threatening to fight.
And it's like if you go to Chipotle now, everybody's trying to film the guy to try to get extra rice.
Right.
It's like that shit you'd be embarrassed to do that in most other countries.
Yeah.
That is the American mentality of like this guy is screwing me out of extra beans. So I'm going to try to let me humiliate him in front of the entire world.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, if you don't treat people, this goes both ways. If you don't treat the worker like shit, then eventually they will, have a sense of pride in their work.
You're right.
If you're cooking food for a living, it's like, it can be shitty because people are like, you work in a kitchen, everybody's yelling at you. People are always mad at you, but it's like, it doesn't have to be that way. It only is that way because that's how people learn. You learn like, oh, once I get the higher rank, then I can just be shitty to everybody else.
And those guys that work in the food, like the industry like that, those like waiters or guys like that, when you're friends with them, they always have a ton of food. You ever know, like they'll come over with like 5 pounds of free like orange chicken or something.
Well, they're always in the kitchen. I worked at like a sushi restaurant, and the guys in the kitchen were making quesadillas or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even know how you made this with the ingredients we have. They're making Mexican food out of Japanese ingredients. But no, it's like, those are the kind of guys who like, even you see it with like, I'm sure you saw it at the car wash. Some guys who got to the job like, oh, I'm fresh out of jail or something.
Right.
Just got divorced where it's like, I just got to get a job.
Smoking cigarettes.
Well, it's like my PO says I got to get a job.
Right.
So I got to get something on paper that says I have a job. Every once in a while, you get a guy who just like, he's fucked up in the head or something, where he's just like, no, this is my world.
Yeah.
My world is now, it's like, being able to detail the right,
Yeah.
he's getting in with a door handle and he's like, rubbing little wax on, wax off kind of stuff.
Yeah, and sometimes those prisoners turn into that guy. They go all in. They start reading about detailing. They'll tell you about it.
Yeah.
This was the first Italian detailer.
Yeah, they used to go left to right. Now we go right to left. Think about that.
Yeah. The thing that sucks, I worked with a lot of them prison dudes. They're fun to bullshit with, but they're all, it's like it's in their genetics to use you or con you.
Yeah.
It's like they can't hide it, dude. I had one, he's always asking me to make a phone call all the time, everything.
Mm-hmm.
He's needing shit. One day after
he's trying to ask
another.
for favors.
And then he keeps all with the big eyes, any way you could do it. And then they start lying to you. Their stories change. You're like, oh, well, you told me you don't have a daughter. Now you got 4 of them. Like,
Oh, man.
I worked with a lot of them prison dudes. I did a lot of those prison jobs. Landscaping, detailing.
Yeah.
Those
Well, it's
guys
the
get
jobs where you got all this time to think.
Yeah.
So you're trying to like make little moves. See, how can I hustle this? How can I turn this into a bigger thing for myself?
They're always real good the first 3 days. And then you don't hear from them. They'll show up to work early.
Mm-hmm.
Have a Red Bull that they just stole from the store for you.
Yeah. Those guys who get caught stealing and then they say, "No, I'm not."
Yeah.
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
No, I had this
I
when I
had
walked
brought this in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, I carried this hamburger inside with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But sometimes they're just good enough thieves. You just like. But you ever see people? This is my thing. Some people are so good at bullshitting to the cops they get away with shit. I'm in Times Square, right? And I'll be honest with you, I was stealing too. I was going to Five Guys and getting the free peanuts. I was bored. I gave Five Guys a lot of money in my life. So and
that's not even stealing. Those are free peanuts.
Well, I didn't order nothing else, but I just went in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm eating the free peanuts. I'm enjoying my damn stand out front cracking shells. And I see when I'm walking in, this dude's selling weed and right in Times Square, he's just set up on one of those police barricade.
Yeah.
You know those big cement things that say police NYPD?
Yeah.
So he's got his whole store set up, pipes and weed and all his shit. And he's like, yo, fire weed out here for sale. And, you know, we're right in the middle of Times Square. Like, it's like 11 in the morning or something, maybe 1 p.m. So some cops come over, and he's arguing with them. I'm just sitting there eavesdropping. And, you know, this dude's clearly doing something. There's a reason you can't sell weed on the street. Like, you know, he's got to be 18 to buy weed. This dude's breaking the law, plain as day. And the cops are right there, and then this dude hits him with a line. He fucking stumped him. Dude, I watched it. He stumped 3
Oh, you didn't hear what he said?
No, I was there.
What did he say?
So he goes, he goes, look, I know my laws, okay? First off, I know my laws. I didn't sell anything. Technically, I didn't do anything illegal. And he's arguing with the cops 20 minutes. Dude, he's talking to the cops about life and family and philosophy, and they just walk away.
The thing with those cops, I mean, like, this is just how, like, this guy is probably experienced enough with cops to know how far do they, I mean, that cop doesn't get anything for arresting you.
Wow.
It's not like he's going to, he doesn't get to keep the weed or he doesn't, like, get, like, another check mark next to his name. This is just, the cops are fucking lazy.
But less kids are smoking weed at a young age. You know.
Well, there's that, but it's like, no, selling weed on the street, it's not like it would be like selling cigarettes on the street or something. This is not something that those cops are out there looking for somebody with a fucking knife.
Dude, you're right.
Yeah, it's just knowing how much, it's like when somebody hops the turnstile at the train station. All those MTA workers are standing right there.
Yeah.
Sometimes the cops are standing right there, but it's like, is this guy, you see a guy who's fucking out of shape? He doesn't want to chase somebody through Times Square to write $100 ticket?
They used to always, man, they'd get mad at me because I used to go through and ask. I'd come up and I'd be like, in my broke days, I'd be like, hey, do you mind? Can I? I lost my wallet. Can I just? And sometimes they'd be like, no, you got to know, And I'd just hop in front of them and they'd be pissed. They'd go on the radio, jumper, blue hoodie.
Yeah, they go on the radio, but they don't. They're not.
Yeah, nothing happened.
They're not chasing after you. Yeah. That would involve exertion.
And people will talk shit to them. They'll be like, fuck you, bitch.
Once again, cops, like everybody else, don't want to do their job. Nobody wants to work.
I'll tell you who wants to do their job, them parking meter cops. I don't know what incentivizes them, but they do it.
I think those cops, I mean, like I said, the cops on the street don't get, like, a kickback. I think those parking cops actually, like,
they have to.
How many numbers can I generate today? And then I probably get 5% or something.
And I think there is a height requirement for that one. Because they want those angry people that are trying to get back at the world.
Parking enforcement?
When's the last time you seen a tall parking enforcement?
Parking enforcement in Manhattan, in New York, is just Indian guys.
But they're all short. Dude, I've never seen
Well, that's just because,
one.
those Indian guys tend to be about 5'7".
What do you think the reason is for that? It is a lot of
Well,
Indian
it's just
guys.
a genetic thing. I mean, there's some people
why
tend
are they
to...
all parking?
Well, that's just like the city is racist like that. This is how NYPD works.
They just know they're getting
white
the job
guys,
done.
white guys who look like you from Long Island. It's like, no,
numbers.
we're putting you on the street. You get to be the guy who walks around and like harasses fruit salesmen.
Yeah.
But like, no, you get Indian guys. It's like, no, this guy's not a homicide detective.
Wow.
He doesn't have it. It's not, doesn't have the look.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, we're putting you on the street, and I'm pretty sure that's good money after a while. Like anything else, I'm sure it's like a union gig.
Bro, and if they get a kickback, they're definitely running that shit up.
I mean, would you rather be the guy who actually has to pull people over on the street and writes tickets and like, do you know why I pulled you over? you actually got to interact with people then.
I only want to be that guy when I'm meeting girls at a bar, because you don't want to tell a girl at a bar, oh yeah, by the way, I'm a parking cop.
No, these guys are coming from India. They're like new immigrants, so it's like no, they just got a city job.
Right.
They got a city job with, I'm sure 25 years on, you're
Benefits,
retired,
yeah.
full benefits. I'm sure your family's getting dental, so it's like it's a pretty good gig compared to delivering food for Uber or something.
Yeah.
So it's like no, it's not. Plus, it's like you're not actually. Every once in a while, someone's going to run up and try to yell at you. Like, oh, why did you write the ticket?
Right.
For the most part, though.
Are you kidding me?
Well, for the most part, it is an anonymous gig. And this guy's going to yell at me, but if he throws one punch,
right.
This dude
it's
is
over.
this guy's going to straight up prison. That is so illegal to do anything.
I argued with a ton of those guys, and you're right. Thinking of it, they were all indie, every one.
Yeah,
and there's nothing you could do. You'd be like, bro, at one time, dude, I was in the back of the truck, and I'm like, dude, what is that, like a loophole? I'm in the back of the truck. I was taking a shit in the bag, and I just see it go on there. I'm like, I'm in the truck. I told him, I said, I was shitting in the bag. You should have seen his face.
He says the thing where it's like the ticket's already printed.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ticket's...
I was like, dude, I work outside. I was like, dude, I'll be honest with you, I was shitting in the bag.
Yeah. This guy doesn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, he already printed the ticket.
Yeah.
Everybody, I really think... the downside that most people think when it comes to being a parking enforcement agent is, oh, everybody's going to hate me.
Right.
All these people are going to yell at me. Everybody's going to be mad. But it's like, I'm pretty sure after 3 days of that, you're like, what are you going to do? Just imagine being in a situation like that where it's like, I dare you to throw a fucking punch right now.
Right.
Because if you even come close to hitting me, it's like you were going to jail for a long time.
Yeah. Well, I wonder how much time they'd get. You think?
Nowadays,
the system's so messed up.
No, that is... Yeah, try it out. Let's see how all these people who are saying there's no...
You know what? You feel extra bad if the victim's an Indian dude, because something about that accent.
He's a little guy.
It's a lovable.
This guy's 110 pounds.
They talk, you want to hug him.
This guy's 5'7", 110 pounds, and he just got here in this country. It's like he's just doing his job. Also,
right.
he's just doing his job. And you probably... Nobody gets a parking ticket who didn't deserve a parking ticket.
Sometimes I lose faith sometimes because I see shit go on, man. I seen something in West Village one time. This dude got into a fight, man. I guess he just thought in this situation, he thought nothing was going to go down. He's sitting outside like one of the outside restaurants, like a nice place.
Yeah.
And I'm just getting, I'm getting food outside too. And I see he gets into an argument with a homeless dude, and he stands up. Homeless dude clocked him, dude.
Wow.
And then walks down the street. This dude goes and gets a cop. And they're talking on the corner. And he's like, look, bud, you guys should just go your separate ways. This dude's bleeding. He's like, my eye's bleeding. This is a crime.
Yeah, he probably learned a lesson that day.
Yeah, that's true. New York will teach you a lesson.
It's not like the guy got jumped. It would be different. I'm pretty sure if you frame the story a different way.
I want to see a parking cop that's just jacked,
I think those guys, if you were jacked, you wouldn't. That's not the job.
But still short though. But just big arms.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it's
He'd
like
let you go.
Sometimes it's like a bulky lady. No, it's a thing.
Oh, the bulky lady's not letting you go.
If I was a parking enforcement agent, you wouldn't be able to tell me shit.
What are you? You're acting a different language.
I'd be giving out tickets left and fucking right.
You could pull off that you don't know English.
I don't even care if I know English. It's like, what are you going to do? Do anything. You can't even spit on me. That's a crime. It's like the bus driver. They have to tell you there's a sign assaulting the bus driver.
You're cool though.
I've never had that kind of power.
But
legally,
in general,
I've never honestly.
When's the last time you snapped?
I don't know. It's never happened. But it's like if I was those parking enforcement guys, they don't snap. Yeah. They don't have to snap. They write you the ticket, and it's like it's like being in the mob.
Bro, I've seen
it's like
some
I'm
of them
untouchable
snap on the street though.
They can, but it's like those guys have all the power, and the people act like it's just like at the airport when people are yelling at the gate agent.
Yeah.
And what the fuck do you mean my flight's delayed? It's like, what do you want me to do? You can make a big scene right now, especially airport. That's basically like the same dynamic as parking enforcement, where it's like there is a certain line you can cross at the airport. They know no fly list.
Yeah.
They can hit you with that, and it's like anybody at the airport, they can hit you with that.
you know, it's crazy in the real world. People come from the real world where, like New York, you're not getting hit with shit. I think people think there's no consequences. Like,
Yeah.
you know, out here, dude, I've seen shit. Have you ever? I've been on the run out here, terrified, just looking for a car, or even in front of 1,000 people looking for one individual to help me.
Yeah.
I had one time I was out, dude. I'm broke, out drinking, you know, back in the day, and I meet this dude. He's partying, dude. He's getting me drinks. We're having fun. Turns out he ran out on his bar tab.
Oh,
Dude,
wow.
we get in a cab. We get away, and sure enough, you know, I don't got no money. He's like, can you pay for the cab? I'm like, dude, I don't have it. I'm broke. This dude's like, oh, it's cool. I got it. And then he's acting like the car. I see he doesn't have a card. He's like, oh, it's not working. The card machine. He's pressing buttons. I'm like, oh, something fucked up's going to happen. He runs out of the cab.
Wow.
I run out of the cab. This cab driver goes after me, dude. He's up on the sidewalk driving, dude.
Wow.
I'm looking. There's people everywhere. And it's like, I'm about to get ran over by a fucking cab. I'm like, dude, I don't know him. I'm just running.
Wow.
And there was nobody anywhere. I'm being hunted. Dude, it went over the curb. It went on way too long. Like, I'm up across the street, and this is by, like, a nice area.
Well, I mean, imagine this story from the taxi driver's perspective. He didn't
Yeah.
do anything wrong.
He just
You're the
drove on
one who tried.
sidewalk
You're the
and-
one who tried to screw somebody over.
Well, I didn't try, but I just so happens
Yeah.
to be, yeah.
But I mean, you're on the bad side of that deal.
But still, dude, I'm not snapping enough to where I'm never driving on a sidewalk chasing somebody with my car.
That guy. You know what it's like with like you know how that taxis work.
Right.
That is like practically slavery.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're in debt to this company for your medallion.
Right.
You have to drive for fucking 18 hours a day just to
Right.
break even. So it's
And
like,
then your
no,
kid
that
breaks a tooth.
well, that guy is probably came here from Bangladesh or something. So
Right.
it's like this dude went on a journey. It's like this is he's not trying to go back home.
Right. You're right.
Yeah. I mean, like whatever that fare was, that means more to him than it means to you.
Right. And I still feel bad. I didn't have it.
Yeah.
The dude was acting like he had it. But I remember just being in New York, like you would think in New York, if something happens, oh, there's no way they're getting away. Dude, they're getting away. I worked in Times Square. You know, people have been shot. They ain't finding these fucking people, dude. You got an apartment 2 blocks away, you're gone. I love when I see, like, on TikTok, like, I seen one thing where somehow on cameras they followed these people.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that? Like, over the Bronx Bridge with a shopping cart or something. They had a body in it.
Oh,
It's
well.
resurfacing, but, you know, I love when you see that, but that's still very, like, what's the odds of that?
Well, I think we're just not seeing. There are like there are jails in the city. They're getting a lot of people for something. But for
Yeah.
all these like little petty crimes on the street, it's like these cops don't care.
Like a punch.
Yeah.
Somebody could punch you right in the head and get away with it.
What's the cop gonna do? The cop's
Yeah.
gonna send you're gonna get sent downtown for a couple hours, then you're out. And it's like
Go down to booking.
yeah, you're in Central Booking in Chinatown, and then they write you, they stamp your fingers, take a picture, and it's like, all right, yeah, show up for trial in 2 years.
You find out a lot about yourself when you're in Central Booking.
Yeah.
I had it in Youngstown when I was younger. I started acting hard. I didn't really know who I was when I was younger. I remember, man, I tried hiding my girlfriend's car. I'm arguing with her. I'm like, let me follow you home. She's being hard-headed. Oh, I'm going to fucking follow you.
Wow.
I'm like, look, you're drunk. I got to follow you home. She just always had to, when that up is down, she always had to argue with me. So she's following me home. So I'm like, listen, you're swerving all over. You keep hitting your brakes. I don't know what you're doing. I was like, just get in front of me, go around me. And she's arguing with me. Then she goes to go around me, boom, right into a telephone pole.
Wow.
Right in front of our apartment complex. So I go park my car. I run and get her car. And I go hide that in the back.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And then I ended up getting busted a few days later with her. Like, we're caught. Whatever. I got caught over it. Like, maybe that day or later that day. But I'm with her, and I'm in the cell, and I'm just all being, like, extra cocky. Like, they got nothing on me. It didn't matter. They fucking hit me with everything. I had to go get a lawyer, $3,000. I learned in those situations, you could be an asshole, dude. They're gonna fucking, you're paying. I'm over there. Yeah, what? I ain't do shit.
Well,
You
I
got
mean,
nothing
this
on
is,
me.
you got to think about the difference in population from Youngstown, Ohio to Manhattan to New York City.
Yeah.
How much more shit they're dealing with. And it's like people cops in the small towns have time.
Yeah.
I don't got shit to do. So it's like, yeah, let me go chase down the guy who crashed his car.
They know the last name, too, in small towns. Oh, you're Leonelli, huh?
Yeah.
You Dommy's boy.
Yeah, I used to play football with your mother.
Yeah, you know, your dad banged my mother.
Yeah.
Huh?
But it's like those people have pride in their work. But it's like these cops in New York City, these guys do not give a fuck about anything.
Yeah.
They're trying to go home, and they're trying to do the least possible work that they can do until they can get there.
Yep. Yeah, you see them in Times Square, girls taking their hats and taking pictures with them. That's probably the best benefit of it.
Yeah.
I'd see you, man. I'd like to see you as a cop, dude. I could see you being cool, just chilling, being real logical about shit.
I don't know. I mean, like, I've never had that level of power. Even parking enforcement cop, which is like the lowest level. You don't have a gun or anything, but it's like just knowing that like it's illegal to punch me in the face.
Yeah.
It's like a huge bad bet. It's like a felony, Class C felony to punch me in the face. Just imagine how much that affects you going through the day. Even if you're not on duty, I'm pretty sure it's still the same penalty to get punched.
Right.
So you can just
even if you're not on duty.
I think so. I'd imagine, because then anybody would just follow a cop home, and punch him in the face.
Right. I'm sure that's what people do in Ohio.
But I'm pretty sure that's still like technically. I doubt they're gonna let cops get hit like that. But it's like if I actually had that kind of just walking down the street, knowing that like I can do to you, but you can't do to me. It's like, hell yeah, I'd be upset. I would be writing tickets all day long.
I'd be nervous to go places and get food if I'm a cop, because you never know who really hates cops. That's one of those jobs, some people really hate them. Which
some people do,
understood.
but some people go like the complete other way.
Right.
Yeah.
But the worst is you got to look out for the people that are pretending they're going the other way. You know, they actually hate you. You know, here, I made you an extra scusaghini.
Hell yeah.
You know.
Yeah, cops will pretty much eat anything, too.
I got a buddy. He's an undercover cop, man, and he's a detective, and, you know, I've known him forever. And, you know, it just seems like that's the coolest fucking job, and you'd never know who's undercover. I mean, I'm telling you, they just chill out. You would think this dude's just a regular dude.
Oh, wow.
And that's how they get the real, you know, at the bars in those small towns, that's where a lot of this shit goes down. It all starts there.
Mm-hmm.
You start seeing people moving weight, you know. Next thing you know, people start pulling up in a bravado, big iced out fake chain.
Mm-hmm. Well, just think, that's why they can't get these Indian guys to be like a regular homicide cop. It's like that, some like scrawny 110-pound Indian guy can't walk into a bar in Youngstown, Ohio and just hang out.
Right.
Yeah, anybody got some cocaine I can buy from? It would stand out. They're hiring people based on look. Anybody got any illegal activity I can talk up to you about? Yeah, I was just hanging out.
What's this one that's against the rules?
Yeah. Who here knows the cartels?
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's all subjective.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be a criminal, dude. I remember I just wanted to be in the underworld, dude, when I was younger. Like, for real, I wanted to sell dope. I don't know why. I seen the movies, Blow, and all that. And, dude, I remember I used to lie to this dude and tell him I sold. I'd just be telling him Lil Wayne shit. I'd be like, yeah,
Move
2 birds per 100.
Yeah. Move that white lady.
Yep, but that's a part of the world you don't want to be in.
Yeah.
I got ripped off. Before. People tell you anything, man. I remember I had this girl, I was seeing her. She had me show up in somebody's house, and we're there in the kitchen, and he just robbed me and took all my shit, my money, everything.
Wow.
He's just like, all right, man, what? What, you going to tell, motherfucker? I
Man.
got your wallet. I was just like, all right. And she's like, I'm sorry, you were real nice, but, you know.
I'm always,
like, all right.
my thing, I've never been robbed in New York City, so I've never actually been able to, like, put this plan into use. I always feel like the move that you want to pull when somebody like really has a gun on your face or something on the train, if you just say, hey, I'm NYPD.
No, dude.
I'm a cop.
No.
Do you really think somebody's going to try to test that?
If I carry
a fake badge, it's
wow.
like, I think any criminal is going to think,
I ain't risking this.
I can't risk this. Yeah.
It's all on how you present the badge. Because criminals know cop. Like, most of the time, a good criminal could tell a cop.
That's the thing. If you're undercover, though,
you'd have to do the badge like an undercover would do.
You go like this. You flip.
Yeah.
You take the thing out of your.
But you got to have the
dog
confidence. You got to wink. Can you wink?
I think NYPD though, there are guys who just work the computers.
Right.
If there are FBI agents who like, this is just some fucking nerd who like counts numbers all day.
Yeah,
but it's
I
like,
feel
he's also, but it's like, no, you robbed that guy. This is a federal crime.
street dudes are smart though. You got to be careful.
Nah, street dudes are not smart. That's why they're on the street. If they were smart, they wouldn't be on the street. But my thing, though, is like the thing you always hear is that like this is like a crime to claim to be a cop impersonating a police officer.
Right.
It's a very serious federal crime.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm taking that risk.
Yeah, it's
if I'm in the
either that or I'm gonna
situation.
get killed.
Yeah.
It's like that with a red light. They had a warning one time on the news. They said, this red light, multiple people have been shot and killed.
Yeah.
And they're like, but it is still a red light we're encouraging people to stop at. And
Right.
It's like, dude, everybody's running that fucking light. What are you
Yeah,
talking
you're
about?
trying to run the risks in your head.
I'm
yeah.
running the light.
One or the other. But it's
Give me
like
the $50
I'm so
ticket.
curious to see how a criminal would actually react in that situation. Where it's just like, what are the odds this guy has the balls to lie about being a cop right now?
I think it all comes down to that criminal. If you're fucking with a real
whatever crime that guy is committing, the crime just got upped by 10 years.
And if you never know what he's actually really got going on, maybe he's in the middle, got a dead body in that bag.
I guess, but it's like even that guy, it's like you don't want to add killed a cop to that list. Whatever it is you're doing. It's just
Right.
not worth it.
You know, me in that situation, though, most of the time, I'm just like, look, man, I'm cool. I don't want no problems, man.
Everybody says that.
Right.
Yeah, this guy's robbing people. He's out doing shit.
Or sometimes I whack nuts. I was doing that before. Like, if I walk by somebody, if I'm alone at night, I'll just be like, yeah, I don't want the bananas.
The closest thing I've ever come was not getting robbed, but like the Showtime guys in the train
Oh,
trying
what
to shake
happened
people
with
down.
that? Oh.
But it's like, yeah, this guy, I don't even know what vibe I was giving off that day. But the guy was just like, he leaned in real close to my face. He's like, are you a cop? You got to tell me if you're a cop. And I didn't even say anything. And he was like, if you're not, I'm smacking the shit out of you. Next stop.
Damn.
And he just got off the train. But it's like, if I had said yes, what would have happened there?
I told you the smartest I've ever got robbed was the dude. He gave me a fucking shank. Did I tell you about that? The dude here for Target. I told everybody. I was mad. He got me good. It was the day this happened to my eye.
Huh.
He seen me the next day. He goes, man. He goes, what happened to you, bro? I was like, oh, this and that. And then he starts talking to me about God. And, you know, people start talking about God. I'm sitting there, you know. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah. He's like, man, I felt God sent me to you and this and that. He goes, man, I'm a fan of you. I know your videos. Saying, he's like, wait right here, man. Just wait right here. I want to tell you something. Saying, I'm waiting for this dude. 20. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? 15 minutes.
Huh.
You know, I'm like, I don't know. Saying he comes back and he's like talking to me. We talk like for another 40 minutes, man. We get a tea. I'm like, dude, I'll get you a tea. He's like, actually, man, you know, I just moved in a place. I got four daughters. I just need a fucking, what's it called, a broom. He goes, I got robbed from my phone. Everything was on my phone.
Wow.
And, dude, he ends up getting me, dude. We go to Target, and he keeps running it up. He's like, in this, I just need this. I notice he's buying the expensive shit, like the double-pack toothpaste, bleach whitening. And I'm like, dude, that's all I got. And then we're getting to checkout. He keeps adding stuff up. I'm like, bro, wait. Well, I didn't even see you grab that, too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, dude, I only got like $30. He's like, man, I'll put something back. I need it, man, please. And I'm like, look, dude, I'm sorry, I can't. He's like, my kids need underwear. I'm like, dude, I can't do the whole shopping for you. And he goes, look, man, hit me up. I try to tell him excuse. I go, I don't got money to eat. He goes, hit me up. Look, this is my girl's phone. Text this number.
Wow.
I never got a response from the number. He's like, I promise I'm going to pay you back. Dude, I never heard from the dude again. And then we're leaving the store. He gives me a shank. He goes, hey, man, hold on to this, man. You need this around
It's like
here.
a screwdriver or something?
No, it's a it was like a real, the handle was like homemade, like rope. And then the top was like, I don't know, it was like 2 inches thick. It looked like it could cut somebody's throat,
It was
like almost
like
a
a
box cutter that,
Okay, yeah. So
that
like
stays
a
open.
blade? Yeah.
But it stays open.
Oh, wow.
You know, it's like just there ready. He goes, just don't cut nobody's throat with that.
Wow.
And then, dude, I threw it away and left, and I called the number, text the number for a couple weeks.
Wow.
And I'm like, man, this motherfucker got me, dude.
Wonder
Saying
why.
I seen him in Times Square again. Dude,
Oh, wow.
2 weeks later, I go, yo, what's up, man? I was like, you got that 50? He goes, what, man? I go, from Target. He goes, bro, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, bro, I know it's you. Like, I was like, what are you talking about? And then that was that. Dude got me.
Wow. I wonder why he gave you the shank.
I don't know. Scare me, I guess. Or maybe
well,
he just
he-
killed somebody with it, had to get rid of it. Give it to a white
I
boy.
guess.
You know, the
why
whole time,
wouldn't you just throw it in the trash?
he's telling on me the whole time. That's what made it click. He's like, yeah, you know what a lot of people do? They get stuff from this Target. They just take it back to the other Target for money.
Oh, wow.
and something was up, dude. He ran back. He cut the line. Big line. Made me look like a jerk, dude. I had to cut the line. Felt like an asshole. And then he's like, oh, I need the receipt. No, I need that. I need the receipt. What's it called? The receipt. He's shaking. They're like, sir, I don't know. He's going through the trash, grabbing like 8, 9 receipts. I'm like, I'm never going to see my money back for this shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could have known that pretty early on.
Dude
That's not a guy who's going to pay his debts back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude got me. I still call the number.
Well, that's your lesson right there. Never help anybody.
Well, he told me it's his woman's number, so the one night I was drinking a little, I was like, let me flirt with her a little. Some old school soprano shit. Still no answer.
Wow. Yeah, it probably isn't even, he just made up the number.
Right.
Yeah, probably went
Just
to
some guy
a Chinese
sitting at
restaurant
home.
or something. Yeah.
This dude really wants it.
Wow.
Yeah, fucking guy got me.
Yeah. See, that guy, like, it's like we were saying, though, people take, like, pride in their work. That guy really, like, I'm running this up.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, let me get a candy bar real quick. It's like, no, I'm going to really, like, take this. How far can I take this?
Oh, the double
I'm going
pack.
to take this guy shopping.
Dude, it was the toothpaste, the gel, everything expensive. And he knew what it was. This is hustle. He hangs in front of stores. He tells people he needs a few things. Target to Target, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Making money from Targets to Targets all over New York City, baby.
Yeah. All right, well, let's plug some dates, huh?
Yeah, man, back to DR.
Back to the Dominican Republic.
Actually, yeah, you know where I am going? South Carolina, bro. Already hate the airport. I told you. They owe me. I had to go buy my own ticket. Did I tell you that?
What city is this?
This traveling's getting to me, but also I'm learning how easy it is to travel last minute. They'll sell you that ticket. So, you know, if you could just hang out at an airport, get tickets pretty cheap, I'm finding out. But
Oh, well.
anyways, South Carolina. Just South Carolina to New York. Such an easy thing, you would think.
Huh.
1 or 2 flights to JFK, 1 or 2 to LaGuardia, 1 or 2 to Newark. I don't know what it is. It doesn't work, dude. And then your airline, you can't change. Say you have a JetBlue flight and all the JetBlue or JFK's canceled, but Delta's going there. You can't change it. My ticket's
wow.
like, oh, they tell me 2 days I'd have to wait in South Carolina. I go to Spirit, dude. They tell me, oh, $300 for the ticket, $280, $130. It gets to last minute. I get the ticket for $200. I'm coming through. They hit me $100 for the luggage. So
Right.
$300 out of my own pocket, man. I think I'll get it reimbursed.
This is to go on a cruise?
This was coming back. I just want to come home.
Wow.
It was either that or get a hotel for 2 days in South Carolina.
My God.
Some of these cities you would think are bigger than they are. Like, dude, in my mind, I think South
What
Carolina.
city is this in South Carolina?
What was
Is that
this?
the beach?
Charleston?
Charleston.
Charleston, yeah.
Oh, okay. Huh. Yeah, we'd think that there would be something there.
You think it would just be bigger than it is.
You could drive back for shorter than that, right?
Right. That's what I'm telling myself. A car, to anything 10 hours, if I could drive it in 10 hours,
I think
it's
it's
not
probably
worth flying.
I feel like that's like a 16, 18-hour drive, probably. Right?
You think so?
South Carolina? I mean, it just sounds like it's far, I guess.
I didn't Google it, but maybe that one's not worth the drive. But anything within 10 hours is.
Okay, yeah.
There's times I'm stuck in D.C. and Boston for 8 hours.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, this is fucking dumb.
So you're going to DR and then you're going to South
and then
Carolina?
back to DR and DR a few more times, and then the Bahamas, and then over to DR.
Wow.
It's hot.
It's going to be nice to go back home, huh?
Yeah.
Back home to the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know what? I like Jamaica a little bit more. The coconuts are juicier, but other than that, DR is a fun time.